Hi guys! Today we have a tutorial that is all about making stickers, how I go about making stickers for a convention, and it's super easy, and I'm going to show you the software that I use, but you don't have to use the same software or the same hardware that I use. I'm just showing you how I use it, but a lot of the techniques can be applied to cheaper software and cheaper hardware. So what I normally do is I open Paint Tool Sci, and this is a piece of software that is really cheap. It's about £30 I think, and you can just Google Paint Tool Sci, and it's a Japanese link near the top, and it's really nice to use, but it doesn't have any text tools or sort of like, it's not good for things like text tools and things like that, so I still use Photoshop. But yeah, so what I normally do is I actually filmed me doing all of these stickers this morning, and but all of my footage has disappeared. I guess it corrupted. Anyway, so what I did draw today was a Zach sticker, a transfer Zach, and an Otia. And I already had Zoe and Masker. So for example, with how I have gone about the image, I have, let me show you. So I have the sketch, which is very pale. Let me just, so I'd lowered the opacity so that I could see above it, and so I just have a basic sketch of how I want it. They can be super simple, but you've got to remember that the outline of stickers has to be quite tight and not too elaborate, I guess. So that was the sketch, and then I went over with my brush tool, which I have here under B, and it's basically just a simple brush tool that has no pressure sensitivity, because that's the style that I go for. So I just inked it as I normally would, and then added colour. You don't have to make sure everything's on a separate layer, it's not that important for this. And then, because I want to make life easier on myself, I add a coloured border, and basically I just drew around with the marquee tool, filled it with a colour, and there you go. That was me just making a quick fill, and this actually makes it easier for me to then cut around, because I've got a very easy visual guide to go off. So I did that for Zach in both of them. She kind of looks trippy like that. And the same for Zoe and Masker. So once I had finished doing the image, I then take it into Photoshop. Now, if you've got something that is a little bit more of a all-rounder, Paint Tool Sci is very much just for art. Whereas if you can download things like GIMP, and I'm sure there's other software that's very similar to Photoshop, or you can actually buy Photoshop monthly now. I'm using Photoshop CS 5.1. I'd already pre-purchased it a long time ago when I was a student. But anyway, so I go to File, New, which is just cut off there unfortunately, but File, New, and then I have International Paper A4 because that's what I'm printing on. Okay, and then what I will do is I will then open my sticker, which should be in Recent. There we go. And so what I've done is I've done myself a lot of effort and time saving in here, and I've made folders, which you can do on Sci and Photoshop. So say I want this Zach sticker, I take the Move tool and then drag this folder into the new document and drop, and she's there. And then when she's like that, I just right click, merge group, or Control and E. And then I will free transform, which is Control T, and scale her down to how big I want the sticker. Now I have this set in inches because I do my stickers at a certain size, they're about 2 3/4 inches. And then hit enter, and she's the right size. Now something you've got to remember with printing is that these, you can't just do this and expect it to print. It will cut it off unless you are doing a borderless print, and then it will stretch. and it will still cut off. So you need to discover margins, the wonderful world of margins. And I think roughly on printing, you're looking at 3 to 4 millimeters to be safe. So I know roughly where margins are, I don't look, but if I was to have an issue, I would just look on my guides here and go on to, like, say 5 and 5, and then I would know not to go past that. And then what I do is, I'm using Windows, I'm not sure what it would be from Mac, but I hold down Alt and Shift, and then click on Zach and pull her along, and you instantly make a copy on a new layer. And you do that for as many times as will fit comfortably. Remember, you have to actually get around the sticker by hand, because I cut these stickers by hand. And so you've got to remember to be able to fit comfortably around each sticker. You can do things like tessellate if you feel more comfortable cutting that close to the sticker. That's entirely up to you, but you can experiment. But my paper is very expensive and my ink isn't the cheapest, so I don't like to experiment too much. I just like to make sure I can get at least 12 or 15 on each sheet, and that's enough. So there we go, the 16 Zacks, which is more than I got on before, so I'm gonna have to look at my file. So yeah, so there's 16 Zacks, and then just to save space, I hold Shift down on all the layers and merge the group with Control and E. Merge the layers, sorry, and then there you go, it's just one layer. Then you can turn that on and off for Zach. So what I do have is, I already have a folder, a file called Budgie Stickers. It's not just Budgie Stickers, and as you can see here, I'm going to merge all of these, and you can see that I've left big gaps between these because I thought it was a little bit closer than expected, but I can now work with this and I know that I can fit more on. So you have that one, and the Otia one was another one that I was unsure about, so I actually printed her off using different software in the end. But we shall see. It is a bit of a learning curve. So I have Zach and Otia, and then I did do some budgie stickers which didn't have coloured outlines, and they were a pain in the butt to cut. Oh my gosh! But they were fun, but I've got through them all now. At last. But yeah, so that's setting up your file. So say you wanted to print this, I use a Canon PIXMA Pro 10S, which is a very expensive printer. Anything by Canon is fine. Make sure that on this you do not see anything. This is like a preview, and you can just see this grey outline here. So imagine the black box is your the edge of your paper, and then you've got this grey margin inside, and you've got to remember that that is where the printer will stop printing. So if you've got something that goes off the edge, done. So say we push these all the way to the edge and then print. You can see it's hard to zoom, you can't really zoom in on this, but you can see that it's going to cut Zach off, even though she's not cut off in this, and that is down to margins. So anyway, I'm not going to talk for much longer because this is a long section, and I'm going to get on to how I make the stickers. So to make the stickers, you can see that I am putting paper in the printer here, and obviously the settings for your printer will vary depending on what printer you have, but I am using matte vinyl paper, and it's beautiful, and you'll see it in action a little bit later on. And I am using a Canon PIXMA Pro 10S, which is a very beautiful printer, but it's a little bit expensive. And I'm also using some scissors that are quite large, and they feel nice in my hand. You've got to make sure that you have scissors that feel good. So I am cutting the stickers into strips here, and then after I cut them into strips, I cut them into pieces, and you'll see that shortly. Yes, so if you get yourself an inkjet printer, my printer's a pigment inkjet. You don't have to get a pigment inkjet, just get yourself an inkjet printer and it will do the same thing. There's obviously differences. If you're interested in learning about the differences for different types of printers, then I could do a video on that as well. And yeah, so here I am cutting them into little pieces, and I've got 2 more sheets to do of this, and this is nowhere near the end, but we're getting closer. So remember, when you're cutting them into strips like this, do not just go whoop, and that does happen a little bit later on. If you get a bit too close to the edge, then you will have a very thin edge to work with, and that is why you've got to be mindful of how you're setting them up. And the last sheet. Actually quite dull, so what I do is go on Skype and I chat to people, or I've done a few YouTube live videos but they don't work. Just having people around you while you cut stickers makes the time disappear, truly, and you just end up with a big pile of stickers. Okay, so there's my little pile of Artia stickers, and next I'm just, I found some markers that I hadn't cut up yet, so I'm going to trim those. And there's one that I accidentally trimmed far too close, and you'll see in a sec. I think it's this one. I'm not sure, I couldn't tell. So, to cut the actual stickers, you need to hold the scissors steady, and I'm sorry it cuts off here, but you see it a little bit clearer later. Hold the scissors steady and just move your paper. Do not move the scissors, move the paper, and sort of trace it out while squeezing the scissors very slowly. So there's a finished sticker. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about when you mess up, because you will mess up. And if you don't mess up, then you're very lucky. But one of the stickers, like I mentioned before, I'd messed up on, and I'm just finding it in the pile, and I find it there. I've cut far too close to her design. And so, because you can see I leave a little white outline, so I just cut that out, and you can see that I just rotate the paper. Don't rotate the scissors. They move a little bit, but not a lot. That's just with my hand. Just keep the paper moving and it will slice along it. So she was a bit wrong. I decided to stick her in my watercolour palette. So the vinyl paper is incredible. It's beautiful, and my whole room, my whole desk smells of vinyl paper when I'm doing this. So I decided where to put her, because it's quite sticky, this stuff, it's really good. And then I peel the sticker, and it's slowed down for you guys. You ready? Peel. So there you go. It's nice and white and bright as well, this paper. So you could try a lot of different papers, but I like this the best. So you can see how bendy it is, but it keeps its shape. It's a proper good sticker. You can tell that it's vinyl. So I stick her down eventually after I've done playing with it. The other things you could do with bad stickers other than use them yourself is just put them into little goodie bags, like mystery bags, and just put, you know, this sticker didn't go too well, or reduce the price or give it away for free. It's totally up to you. So here you can see more of the action of actually just rotating the paper and not rotating the scissors, and you do get into a rhythm. And you get through 1, 2, 3, and then before you know it, you've done the whole pile. Keep a bag nearby to put your waste paper in. If you can, recycle it, that would be great. And there you have some stickers ready to sell. So I've done Otia, I've already cut out all of Zoe's design, which is here, as well as Otia's, Maskers. Zoe's, Otia's, Masker, I'm getting my characters confused. There you go, so I have a nice little pile of stickers. So for storage, I have this little tray, which is a really useful box tray, and it holds 12 items, I think. They fit into the 9 litre and the 3 litre A4 trays. They're really good and I really like them. Sorry, the boxes, not the trays. And then obviously some stickers are a little bit bigger. You can see Zoe there, she's a bit too buff, but it doesn't matter because it's not going anywhere. However, for display, you'll see something a little bit different. So yes, for display, I decided to buy this little jewellery, I can't say that, display thing. And when I bought it, I didn't realise that the little boxes were so deep. And they came with these cute little cushions, obviously for jewellery and watches and things. But what I was going to do is take out the cushions and just leave the stickers. But they were too deep and you couldn't see the stickers. So I decided to just leave them like that. And my friend Andreas pointed out that you could angle the cushions and they would sort of stick up and they would look really cute. And I really like this. The smaller stickers, like the budgie stickers, don't quite work well because they kind of disappear, but it's a really nice little thing. And grey and yellow and black are the colours of my table. Not so much black, that's just kind of a little bit like an accent colour, but as you can see, the budgie stickers didn't go in. But you can be really creative in the ways that you design and display your stickers. Some people have them on big boards. Just get involved with like Facebook or YouTube communities that do Artist Alley stuff, and you can come up with your own ideas. And I really hope you like this. I really hope that you liked this tutorial. And if you've got any questions, please put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer anything. And I hope you guys enjoy cutting up your stickers, and know that if you buy any of my stickers, I've cut them by hand and it was time consuming. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!